Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm here to talk about one stock in particular. One stock that is green on this red day for the portfolio. Decent day in the market today. I mean, I'm not down all that much. We can see that the S&P right here was actually down today, almost a whole percent if you include after hours that are down over a percentage point after being up about a percentage point yesterday. So yeah, kind of just cancels out. But yeah, very uneventful day in the market to say the least. But let's get right into it. There's one stock I want to cover today. Let you guys guess which one it is. So if you do like the videos, I really appreciate it if you like this video and also subscribe to the channel. We're nearing 130 subscribers. We're at 129 right now. It would mean the world to me if you did subscribe. I'd appreciate it a lot. And also comment down below what stock you want to see me cover, any questions you have, or other videos you want to be seen made. Without further ado, let's get right into the stock. You guessed it, Celsius Holdings. So ticker symbol SELH. You can see this is a stock that is, they're back on the come up, but they're beaten down. So if we look at the past 5 years, amazing company, up 1,400%. You can't get this anywhere else in the stock market. Past 5 years, up over 1,000% on a 5-year investment. That is returns that I've never had. I don't think many people have. And all time, great company. I mean, 1,000,000% return. So if you got into Celsius when it was less than a penny, then you're probably pretty happy right now, and you're probably not watching this video, but this is for people that got in maybe a little bit after that. So my average cost on Celsius is $27.38 per share. I have about 30 shares in my portfolio, and we can see that in the past year, the stock is fairly beaten down 25%, and this is a stock that was down 63% for a little bit here. So to say the least, they've done very good for themselves since then. But if we check out past 3 months, the stock's up 61%, and then year to date, the stock's up 65%. And this was not always the story for Celsius. They got a very rough start to the year, 2 months in, and they were down 20% on the year as a whole. And I mean, if you add that 20%, right here, down what they were before in the past year, they're down 62%. So basically, what happened with this company is they were going bananas. As you can see right here, there was no stopping them. They were just on an upward trajectory. Nothing could get in their way at all, and they just kept going up. I mean, you could not stop Celsius even if you tried. So if you tried to stop Celsius right here, nothing's happening. Celsius is going up, and then you get all the way to around the $100 mark for Celsius, and then that's when kind of the crap hits the fan, and then Celsius dropped all the way to $20, and that's when we bought. So the reason that I'm not worried about Celsius, and as you can see now, my point is proven, that I've made videos on this before, but I think now there's still time, and this is the time to get in. But if you want to, get in on this company right now is the time. Celsius is trading at a high PE, but I mean, this is, on their most recent earnings. I don't think it properly reflects the company's valuation. But I want to compare Celsius to another company that I think is very similar to them. And this is just based off of maybe a little bit of social investing. I mean, if you've seen Celsius cans, I mean, let's just look up image of Celsius can. I mean, let's just see, this looks good. Celsius Live Fit. Peach Vibe, Essential Energy, accelerates metabolism, burns body fat, zero sugar, and then some pictures of people working out. So Celsius does a great job at making you feel like you're drinking something healthy. I don't know. Looking into the ingredients, I think you can see that Celsius actually isn't that healthy. At the end of the day, it's on the same level as Monster, Red Bull, all those energy drinks. Maybe, I don't know what this is, maybe even worse. But they do a great job of marketing. Celsius knows what they're doing with their marketing for sure. There's no question about it. And a franchise I want to compare them to that also does this is Trader Joe's. So Trader Joe's is not a publicly traded company, but you can see right here on their revenue chart, they're in the $16 billion revenue range, this past year, and you can see that it just keeps going up. Number of stores open hasn't gone down in the past, over 10 years. So they just keep going. And we can see that Trader Joe's is estimated to be around $16.5 billion in annual revenue, and this revenue was reported to be 20 billion, while Whole Foods has 18 billion in revenue that same year. So Trader Joe's is, if they had a stock, I'd buy it, but they don't. So this is a privately traded company that's doing, $20 billion in a year. Pretty crazy if you ask me, but I mean, Celsius is not even close to that. I mean, granted, they're not a whole store, but they do have a wider reach, I think, because they can go international. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think Trader Joe's is international. Celsius is trying to grow their international brand. They also have different, you know, parts of their brand that they're venturing out into. They offer post-workout functional energy drinks, which obviously, but also protein bars, which I could see, them doing good. That's the same exact space. And yeah, we can see right here that, it's a stock that people are saying to buy, but not very confident. And we can see right here their earnings are kind of all over the place. This company has some figuring out to do, that's for sure. But I want to compare this. I want a lot of comparisons this video, but I want to compare Celsius to another stock that growth rate slowed. It was at its peak and then it dropped. So you can see Celsius was at around $100 and it dropped all the way to 20. So let's say 52-week high is 64. So it was at that a little over a year ago, but the 52-week low is $21. So we'll call it $100 to $20. In the span of about a year. So if we look at another stock here that kind of made that same drop because their growth rate slowed, same reason, it's Palantir. So this is a different sector, this is a different company, but if we look at the 5-year chart, this company, I mean, it doesn't even, it's unproportional now, but this company was trading at $35 and they dropped all the way to $6. So that's about a sixth of the price, and Celsius dropped to about a fifth of their high. So this one dropped about a sixth of their high, not quite, about a fifth. And then Celsius dropped a fifth of their high. So it's very similar drops in these companies. And you can see, I mean, when Palantir was at $6, everyone hated it. No one wanted to buy Palantir. Oh, you're stupid for buying Palantir. You can't make any money buying Palantir. But now that Celsius is coming back up, I mean, when Celsius was $20, everyone says, oh, it's a falling knife. Don't buy it. Don't buy Celsius. It was one of the most hated stocks in the stock market. But now that it's $40, and moving, it's at over $40, people are getting back in. And we can see that as their growth rates stabilize, they begin growing again. We can see Palantir, in the blink of an eye, 2023, we went from $6 all the way to $137. So we can see even just this past year, almost a 500% gain, which is, you can't stop this stock. There's no other stocks doing that in the stock market. I mean, it's very hard to find a company that in the past year has returned 500%. I think that it's one of the top returners in the, mid to large cap space. Palantir, definitely. And we can see Celsius right here is their graph looks kind of similar. Not all time, but past 5 years, their graph looks kind of similar. They dropped, this is a little bit smaller because Palantir has already made their run. But as you can see, Celsius looks like they might be on their run. So I think that right now is a great time to get in. And there's a lot of backing to this. I mean, their revenue is, like I was comparing in the Trader Joe's, I mean, they have a great thing going for them. Because I want to check out this article, actually. Let's get into this. How Celsius became the king of energy drinks. I think that Celsius, who they're marketing to, is very smart. So a rising senior at Carnegie Mellon University, I think Carnegie, had his first Celsius, Peach Vibe specifically, at 4 a.m. during a 2022 all-night study session in the library. It helped him to feel locked in, but that occasional emergency measure for marathon cramming became a daily habit. As the semester got more difficult, it became easier to justify drinking Celsius, Bowden says. I went from drinking it maybe once every other week to once a day. So Celsius has this addicting thing where people keep coming back. People want more Celsius. I mean, once you drink one, then it was kind of good. I felt kind of good. And it's addicting. It's like you want to bet on addictions. It's kind of funny. I mean, it's not funny. It's kind of sad. But, I mean, we can see right here, Philip Morris. Let's check out this. I mean, their stock, we've been through a lot of financial crises in the past year. They're up 80%. Past 5 years, they're up 170%. And they're not really even fluctuating. This is, one that's going straight up. And they even pay almost a 3% dividend. They pay basically a 3% dividend, and they're up 162% in the past 5 years. Wow. See, these are companies that, they thrive on addictions of Americans, and I think Celsius is kind of the same. It's a little bit more legal. It's a little bit less frowned upon to drink energy drinks than it is to smoke cigarettes or chew tobacco. But I think that, Celsius is a very similar company. Their revenue is not as high as I think it's gonna be very soon, and that is due to them, marketing to Gen Z. The company has invested in flashy sponsorships with Gen Z influencers. So I think a lot of Gen Z, goers, a lot of consumers in that age range are buying Celsius. They want Celsius. And I go to college, I actually go to UC Santa Cruz, and I've seen a lot of kids buying Celsius. That is the drink of choice by far when it comes to energy drinks. There's Celsius and there's Rockstars in the little, on-campus stores. There's Celsius and Rockstars when it comes to energy drinks. Those are there's some Yerba Mate energy drinks too. There's some lesser known ones, but Rockstar and Celsius are two of the biggest energy drink brands, and it's not even close. Celsius is sold out, and the Rockstars are packed to the brim. I mean, every day the Celsius is sell out, and they have these deals with these colleges because they're so popular at college. These big, and they're not only selling at colleges. They're selling at Costco's. They're selling at Targets. They just acquired Alani Nu, which is a whole other video. A great company that they acquired that has a huge female following, consumer base. That is very smart acquisition for Celsius, I think. They spent a lot of money acquiring it, but it was very smart to do, and I think it will benefit them heavily in the long run. So, I mean, I think who they're marketing to is one of the smartest things that they've done, because this is a very consumer-heavy generation, I guess. I mean, at the time, when you're in your 18 to 26 year range, you're buying a lot of things. It's a lot of buying going on. Maybe start to save a little bit when you get older. Oh, maybe I need to think about retirement. But when you're buying a Celsius a day, I don't think they're thinking, oh, this is cutting into my retirement funds. I think it's kind of just, oh, I need the Celsius right now. So I think that, yeah, I mean, Celsius has this addictive nature to it that young people are getting tied into. And it's hard to break habits, If you drink a Celsius every day from 18, 19, 20, who's to say at 21 you're just going to stop? Maybe you'll drink one every 2 days, but I mean, when it comes to caffeine, people need it every day. I mean, I don't know. And there's also, a little bit of a gym craze that seems to be going on, kind of trendy right now, the gym. I think the gym has been, kind of blowing up recently. I've started going to the gym recently, but I think that it's kind of gaining popularity. I mean, the gym's always been kind of popular. There's been a certain demographic of people that go, but I think with the rising popularity of the gym and people working out, Celsius, is gaining a lot of traction, and they've done a very smart thing with their marketing. I think Pepsi is to thank for that. They're a big, investor in Celsius. They believe in it heavily too. They own stake in it, and I think that they've tied themselves into that little niche very perfectly. With their zero sugar drink, 0 calories, 200 milligrams of caffeine, people think they taste good. I think that, they've done very good things for themselves. They've set themselves up very well. So yeah, I mean, this is, basically, I think Celsius it's not a very deep reason or like some, crazy, oh, you should buy Celsius because they have this investment that nobody knows about that is going to blow up. No, I mean, Celsius is just a brand that's growing, that it's very simple. I mean, people try to overcomplicate investing in stocks all the time, I think. Because I think, some of the best investments are made when a great stock is cheap. Like we can see Meta right here in the past 5 years. When it dropped right here, it was worth $378. That dropped $90. Everyone was saying, oh, Meta's done, Meta's over. It's almost a $700 stock. Yeah, more than 7x your money if you invested in Meta at $90. Maybe give it a thought to invest in Celsius. I don't think they're Meta level. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't go put all my money in Celsius, but I think putting a decent chunk of your portfolio, 5-10% into Celsius, is going to benefit you in the long run. And I think, as they've they're rising right now, but not at the rate they've been. So I think that right now is a good time to put it in before they make that next jump. Maybe they'll go down a little bit and you can dollar cost average, it's up to you. It's not financial advice. I'm not going to tell you how to invest your money, but I do think Celsius is a very above decent pick in this market and at this time. So I appreciate you for watching this video. I hope that you hit the like button if you enjoyed it. I'd really appreciate it. Also subscribe to the channel and keep going on this journey with me. Almost at 130 subscribers. Thank you guys again. Also comment down below what kind of videos you guys want to see, what video you want to see next. I'd love to take suggestions. past few have just been me kind of talking about some stocks, but I'd love to switch it up a little bit, maybe talk about, different things in the stock market, not stocks in particular, but just investing strategies, maybe, anything you guys want. So, yeah, I appreciate you for watching the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.